everyone, and welcome to this week's St. Luke's video update. This is the Reign of Christ Sunday, the culmination and the end of the Christian year before we start over again next Sunday with Advent, which has me thinking about our Christian understanding of time, how time works, and how you and I live our lives in and through time. I think that many people think of time like this, kind of like a line going from beginning, the start, to the end. And along the timeline in our lives, mine and yours, stuff happens. Right? Now, if you think of time this way, you kind of wonder where God is in the midst of this, if everything's just going on. And if God is eternal, then God just exists sort of all over the timeline. I think some of us like to think of time like this in human history. Maybe it's true. Maybe we are moving from we're evolving, that we're getting better, that perhaps our technology is improving, our communities are improving, our quality of life is improving, maybe even our moral well-being is improving over the years. And sometimes, though, just when we think things are getting better as we move through time, then you realize maybe it actually feels like this. Like you're just a poor soul pushing a rock up the hill like Sisyphus, and just when you think that you're about to get to the top, lo and behold, the rock starts tumbling down the hill, and you, my friend, are squished yet again. Sometimes it feels like we just aren't getting anywhere as we move through time. Nothing is getting better. We keep doing the same thing over and over again and making no progress. A lot of people, when they think about that understanding of time, remember a quote from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. He said that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. It may take us a long time there, he believed, but eventually we will get to the end, which is justice. The question is this arc bending in one simple movement, moving us towards a more just world or a more just creation, a more peaceable place to live? Or is it more like Doctor Who would say, a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey kind of journey? In the scriptures, it doesn't tell us how we move through time. It just tells us that no matter what time we find ourselves in, God is there. It tells us that no matter what happens, God will always be with us. The ups and the downs, whether we feel like we're moving forward or backwards. But it does give us one important promise. And this is what we turn to at the end of the Christian year, every year, to remind ourselves of. And that is that there is an end. God has an end in mind for us. And here's what God says that end is. Peace, a world where everyone is free from violence and poverty and affliction. Love, where everyone knows God's love and lives in God every single day. And happiness, joy. God promises at the end of the story, there will be peace, there will be love, there will be joy. We may not know how we get there. We may not know if we're on a steady track or if we're jumping around back and forth, if we're pushing the rock only to see it fall back down again. But what we hear on this Sunday, every year, is that the end God has promised us, no matter when it arrives, will be peace and love and joy. Join us on Sunday to hear more about the end God has promised. See ya at St. Luke's.